Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this new moon in Aquarius, January 31st or February 1st, 2022. I'm going to look into my crystal and give you psychic predictions and messages on how this energies from this new moon in Aquarius will be affecting each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You might want to watch all of your elements if you have, wherever your planets are, your sun sign, your rising sign, or your moon sign, because you could have messages coming to you in any one of these areas about how this Aquarius new moon will be affecting you. Remember, these effects will last the strongest right at the time of the new moon and for the first 48 hours, but even up to 2 weeks and even out as far as 30 days. So before I give you the psychic predictions and messages, I'm going to give you a little brief information about the astrology of this Aquarius new moon for 2022. This new moon in Aquarius, January 31st or February 1st of 2022, depending on where you live, brings in very powerful energy as it starts the lunar new year and represents new beginnings. You may find yourself inspired with the desire to bring new and fresh energy into your life and home. Many will be decluttering to help facilitate that energy. This Aquarius new moon is also good for clearing your mind. After February 3rd, goals and objectives you want to achieve and manifest will be much easier to work on and where you will actually see some progress. Your motivation to forge ahead on your plans and ideas will be quite strong and moving forward. Because of Saturn's influence on this new moon, we may be faced with responsibilities and challenges that we must contend with to accomplish our aims and goals. Remember, again, as I said, these energies are going to be the most strongest on the first 48 hours and can be equally as strong the first 2 weeks and up to 30 days. So now on to the psychic crystal part of this video. So first I'm going to start with the element of earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You may have a strong desire for somebody to come in and do something for you, or to save the day, or to come in with a solution to some complex problem or work or issue you're dealing with. Some of you earth signs are going to be really broadening your mind and broadening your horizons. And this could be through books you're reading, videos you're watching, classes or courses that you've enrolled in and that you're studying in. Some of you earth signs may really feel like you want to jumpstart your life. Maybe you feel like your life got a little stale or has gotten a little boring or isn't very exciting or needs some new fresh energy, and you may feel like you would like to jumpstart your life in some way. This new moon will make some of the earth signs very talkative. You may find yourself doing a lot of communicating. And I don't really feel it's just with like text messages and emails. This is like conversations where you're speaking. Some of you earth signs could actually be quite lucky over the next 2 weeks to 30 days where you could win something, win a contest, win an award, win some kind of recognition or acknowledgement for something. Some of you earth signs are going to really dive into something that you're interested in, or a work project you're doing, or some creative pursuit, or some kind of studying, and it's really going to pay off for you. It's going to be a big boon for you in the future. Careful, earth signs, you don't seek advice from the wrong people over the next 2 weeks to 30 days, or that you don't give out sensitive information or secrets or whatever to the wrong people over the next 2 weeks to 30 days, because that could really end up backfiring on you in some way. Some of you earth signs could find out little bits and pieces of information that kind of trickle down to you, maybe through the grapevine at work, or through family members or friends, or maybe even on the internet, that is like a little disruptive or troubling to you. So it could be like, you know, sensitive information, but I don't feel like it comes in a big wave. I feel like it's little bits and pieces that would trickle down that you would hear over the next 2 weeks to 30 days that could be a little off-putting. So this is one of the cautions for the earth signs. Some of you earth signs really are going to find that things start to speed up for you during the next 2 weeks to 30 days, where you're going to find like maybe work projects you've been working on are speeding up, or communication with other people really takes off and then goes somewhere. You could even see relationships that have kind of been like plugging along, kind of, you know, meandering along, could really start to speed up. This could also be things in you speeding up. Your metabolism could speed up. You may feel like you have more energy now, more drive, more will, more ambition, more energy. These are the things that are going to be sparked off for you earth signs by this new moon in Aquarius. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the element of water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Some of you water signs are really going to have the time of your life over the next 2 weeks to 30 days. You may be going out partying, being very social, hanging with friends, getting involved in new projects, new endeavors that really are really making you very buoyant and happy and feel lighter. Some of you water signs may want to tell people your opinions or your thoughts or emotions or feelings that you've had about certain things that you've kind of kept to yourself, or you've had for quite a while and you didn't share it with anybody. You could really feel inspired to express those things in the next 2 weeks to 30 days. Some of you water signs are going to be really proactive about getting things done. Like you may be like, I'm going to reorganize my home, or I have all this paperwork or financial information I need to take care of, or bookkeeping or accounting, or reorganizing sheds, garages, closets. Like you're going to be very inspired to do that. Some of you water signs are going to find out some things that you had suspicions of come to light or come to fruition. Some things you've been thinking like, I think this is what's going on. I think that's what's going on. That could be in your personal life. That could be with things out in the world. It could be at work. It could be in social circles or love situations. I don't know where it's happening for you, water signs, but things that you've had inklings of or suspicions about come to light, come to fruition, and you find out that you were correct. Some of you that have been waiting for a job offer to come through or a promotion will likely get it over the next 2 weeks to 30 days. Some of you water signs that decide to enroll in something. It could be a school, it could be a training program, it could be a webinar or some online education. It could even be enrolling in something, a club, a group, an organization. You're going to be really happy if you do that. It will work out for you. Some of you water signs may start to find that you kind of get involved. My guides are using the words in family business. It could be literally a family business, but it could be family business. You know what I mean by that, right? Like how this one gets along with that one, or things that need to be taken care of and handled with kids or elderly relatives or everybody all together. So it could be a literal family business that's somebody owns and you could be getting involved in it, or you're getting involved in family business, family situations and family business. Some of you water signs may start to see some dark sides of people come out that you didn't really see or notice before. This could be friends, coworkers, significant others, family members, I don't know, but like seeing the dark side of people that you really didn't see before may show up. Some of you water signs need to be careful you don't eat too much over the next 2 weeks to 30 days because I pick up weight gain for some of you water signs. Some of you water signs really need to be careful of releasing data or pertinent information or sensitive information that you may regret later that you let out there. Now, this could be on your computer. It could be, so maybe you want to get what do they call it, a VPN, maybe you want that, or you have to be careful like who you're sending data and information to. Just be cautious of that while the effects of this new moon in Aquarius are affecting you, which will, like I said in the beginning, the first 48 to 72 hours are going to be the strongest, but then it can go up to 2 weeks or out as far as 30 days. So be cautious of like data, sensitive information on your computer, or that you could be sending through the waves. Like, careful sending it in emails because it could get snatched by somebody. Only do it through secure portals or deliver information in person. I don't know. Just think on that. So I hope those messages were of help to the water signs. Now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The fire signs may feel a little jumpy, edgy, or nervous from the energies of this new moon in Aquarius. Some of you fire signs may feel this big urge or desire to catapult yourself into something like a new diet, a new exercise program, a new course of study, or catapult your career too, like catapult yourself. Like, I want to advance now. I don't want to still have this position. I want to move up. It's like an energy of wanting to improve, do better, move up. Some of you fire signs are going to find that over the next 2 weeks to 30 days, you could be quite spontaneous. You may decide to spontaneously take a trip or spontaneously ask somebody out that you've had a kind of like a secret crush on, or spontaneously sell something, or spontaneously redecorate or redo something in your home. Some of you fire signs may really want to dissect something and research something and analyze something and get to the bottom of something. It could be about something you have to deal with at work, but it could be a subject that has really intrigued you and that you've been pondering and wondering about. And you could really start to dissect this topic or subject or area. It could have to do with medicine, the medical field. It could have to do with esoteric mysteries and metaphysical subjects, maybe even astrology or psychic ability or things of that nature. Some of you fire signs, if you work for another business or company, will be promoted. Also, if you own your own business, you will be doing promotions to promote your business so your business becomes more successful. Some of you fire signs are going to harness some kind of power or energy that you thought was lost for you, depleted, drained. So it could be like a sport activity you used to do, or some skill, talent, craft. Could be music, could be singing, dancing, or art, or some kind of creating that you thought that was the past, or it had drained from you. This new moon in Aquarius is going to inspire you to go back to something that you were, maybe even an old job or career you gave up a long time ago. You may be inspired to go back to it now. Some of you fire signs are going to feel very inspired, like you have a lot more drive, will, and energy. And you're not the only element that got that. That has already come up. So the fire signs are going to feel more energetically driven and inspired from this new moon in Aquarius. Some of you fire signs need to be careful over the next 2 weeks to 30 days that you aren't sleep deprived. Try to get enough rest or sleep, even if you have to take a nap during the day, because your sleep patterns may not be sleeping through the entire night. So you may need to take naps and rests. Some of you fire signs need to be very aware that when you're explaining things, you need to be more direct and get to the point. Don't use all these similes and metaphors and adjectives and whatever, because to get your point across, you're losing people's interest, or people they can't hold, at least now while the new moon is in Aquarius, you're not holding their attention enough. So get direct and to the point when you're explaining things. Another caution for the fire signs is you might be a little too fickle over the next 2 weeks to 30 days, where you're having trouble picking a lane, making a choice, making a decision. So be cautious of being too fickle with your energy, because you may be like, well, should I do this or shouldn't I? Should I make this step or should I not? Would it be better if I wait? Should I do it now? Like, you could drive yourself crazy with all of that. So you need to be more decisive with your decisions and pick a lane. So I hope those messages were of help to the fire signs. Now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Some of you air signs may find yourself emotionally jazzed up from this new moon in Aquarius, where you could feel like you're emoting a lot, sharing, maybe that's not normally your thing, or maybe it is for some of you, but you're really going to be like expressing your emotions, or showing your sensitive side, or showing your loving side, or showing your sadness side. But whatever emotions they are, you're going to be very expressive about them over the next 2 weeks to 30 days. Some of you air signs are going to feel like you want to put yourself on the map in some way, or you want your work or your creative endeavors or something you're doing to get going. Like, you're going to feel like you want action. You want action in your work, your creative projects, and even in your relationships. Some of you air signs may find yourself over the next 2 weeks to 30 days trying to rectify mistakes that you made, or any, like, whether it's verbally with people, or mistakes you made at work, or in anything that you've been doing. You're going to feel very inspired to correct those mistakes, to right those wrongs. Also, some of you air signs are going to be very present for people that sometimes you may be blown off, ignored, been too busy to deal with. So this could be your love partners, your kids, your other family members, your parents, whomever. You may feel like inspired to be more present for them. Some of you air signs will be receiving a lot of compliments. This could be about your appearance, this could be about your work or your creative projects or whatever you're doing. Or for good deeds or good work that you've done, you may be receiving a lot of compliments. Some of you air signs may get invited to attend some kind of party or some kind of gathering. And this is going to be a happy occasion. Even if you're reluctant to do it originally, once you get there, you're going to be glad that you went. Could even be in your honor for some of you. But I feel like going to this gathering or party or whatever it is will be a blessing to you. Some of you air signs will learn how to do some new skill. It could be on the computer. It could have to do with work or business. It could be maybe a musical instrument, learning a new language, or something. Maybe you want to learn how to needlepoint, crochet, sew, rebuild motorcycles, put an engine together, put in kitchen cabinets, do some, do-it-yourself projects at home. But learning some new skill is a blessing for you. Be careful, air signs, you don't read in too much to what you're hearing in the media or what other people are saying or doing. Try not to blow things up out of proportion or read into things over the next 30 days. Air signs need to be careful that you're not putting people off by being too domineering or too controlling or too bossy over the next 2 weeks to 30 days. That's another caution for the air signs. And you could have the tendency over the next 2 weeks to 30 days for the air signs where you could be a little too demanding or too stuck on having things go your way. And that may be frustrating for you. You need to take a more casual and relaxed approach. Will work better for the air signs. So those were your cautions at the end there. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And if you like this video, please click like and share it with others whom you may feel could benefit from hearing my spirit guides, psychic predictions, and messages. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. And if you are subscribed already, please check and make sure you're still subscribed, because sometimes people notify me and let me know they find out they're not subscribed anymore and it's not me doing it. So that could be something that happens within YouTube. I really don't know. So, and when you do subscribe, click that notification bell. That way you'll get notified when I upload any of my new content to YouTube. Now, if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that you're not going to see here on this channel, you can get any of my special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand pages and the most recent video series that I record using a variety of divination tools on very specific topics. Those links are posted down below in the description area beneath this video, and they're also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com. Go to the videos page on my menu, and there you can see all the video series I've recorded, what divination tools I've used, how long the videos go out for, and you click on the zodiac sign you want, your sun sign, or your rising sign, or your moon sign, or somebody else you love and care about sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Now, some of the most recent video series I've recorded is my psychic crystal readings for the month of February 2022. If you'd like to get those, that's a continuation of the psychic tarot readings that I do each month at the beginning of the month on YouTube. you can get an expansion or an expanded view or look and more messages and predictions from my spirit guides for your sun, moon, or rising sign from those psychic crystal readings on Vimeo. Some of the other video series you might want to think about getting, if you haven't gotten them yet, is my new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius, December 2021 psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings. You are still being affected by that eclipse. It only was at the end of December, or the beginning of December, sorry. You're still in the throes of the effects. So if you haven't checked that series out yet, you might want to do so. And also the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, November 2021, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card reading. I use the same format I did in the new moon solar eclipse video series that I did in the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus series, and you're still being affected by those videos as well. I highly recommend you watch your rising sign and your moon sign, if you can do it, in those videos, because they will equally apply. Also, my Saturn in Aquarius psychic tarot and crystal readings, those predictions went out all the way until March of 2023. So you've got a whole nother year of those predictions making sense. You might want to check them out if you haven't gotten that yet. And also my psychic tarot readings for the new year of 2022, where I use the year ahead tarot layout. Many of you people have already gotten those, but if you haven't checked them out, you might want to get your rising sign and your moon sign in that video series. Those videos ran around 40 minutes plus long, and there's 14 cards in those videos, so you might want to check them out. And also my angels, ancestors, and ascended masters psychic oracle card readings for these changing times. People sometimes are not that into oracle cards. When the angels speak, they give a lot of really insightful messages. And in the comments and emails I've received from that video series, many people were kind of blown away by the messages and predictions there. So you might want to check them out. Also, if you would like more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that you won't see here, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. I use usually tarot cards, sometimes oracle cards, and my crystal, and usually I write those predictions, which are around 5 paragraphs long. Many people find those messages, or some of those messages and predictions, really speak to them. So if you're not following me on social media, you might want to do so, because you're missing out on some messages and predictions from my guides. Now, I just want to say here, I know you guys are tired of hearing me say it. I'm going to say it again. If you get anybody pretending to be me, contacting you, following you, or offering you psychic readings on Instagram, it's fraudulent. And you really need to look at the spelling, because they are adding an extra dot or an underscore or adding an extra tag at the end of the name. You need to look. It's The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel. Anything else, sometimes they spell lucky wrong, mermaid wrong. My name, Pam Georgel, they spell it wrong, or they add a dot, or they added an extra word or underscore. If you get contacted by me on social media, it's not me. It's fraudulent. Please report them and block them. Now, I want to let you guys know, I did try to get verified by Instagram. I went through the whole process. They didn't verify me, which I don't know why. I'm an LLC. I have had this business for 7 or 8 years now. So, and why they didn't verify me, I don't know. I'm going to try to get verified again. Hopefully that will stop it. And these frauds also block me. So I can't personally report them because they block me first. So if you could please report them to Instagram and block them and not fall for it, because I do not solicit private readings on any social media platform. all my private readings, which are limited, I cannot do them the way I did them in the past. I only work from my wait list and my cancellations list, and that information is on my website at theluckymermaid.com scheduling page. You can see all the details there. So I hope you all have phenomenal energy that comes to you from this new moon in Aquarius, January 31st or February 1st, 2022. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.